Okay, you guys, this is Toni Vanschoyck. This is our weekly lunch and learn top training topics at noon every Tuesday. So you guys, we even try to do this call even when it's around holidays and that type of thing, but pretty consistent. I think, in the last, I want to say 6 months, I just didn't have it on Naomi's birthday, which was the day after Christmas. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for being here. This is where we spend 15 to 20 minutes, high level training, best practices. I've even learned from a lot of people on this call. Kat's an amazing teacher as well, as is Kathy and, other leaders that we have sharing. But, she had made a suggestion because I have an OG call every Thursday at noon for the leaders that have been in, from 2014 to 2016. And we just talk about some of the challenges that we're having because it looks different for us. So we had not really focused on talking about creating a recruiting culture. And honestly, at the end of the day, you guys, when you are in a network marketing business for long term, you have got to build a recruiting culture. And that means that you're out there sharing the opportunity with people. Now, I will tell you, and it was so funny, Amy Sloan actually just talked about this when I was in Columbus with her, is that the very first Meet Monate I was at with her and Monica Hobbs is that she talked for 40 minutes on the product, right? We only had 9 products in our arsenal at the time. And I said, you did a great job. And she goes, oh, this is what I share with everybody. And she goes, but Toni, I get customers, but I'm having challenges recruiting. And I said, not once in the 40 minutes that you spoke did I hear you speak of the opportunity. And I said, that's where the gift is, because the gift is in the opportunity. But when you lead with the product, it's really hard to convert, even though we have a great conversion ratio for VIPs to become market partners at 40%, which is phenomenal. But guess what? Your long-term residual income, and I'm not using the word passive anymore. The reason why is that passive income is never passive. You still have to work to keep that passive income, because if you put the brakes on, or if you don't recruit anymore, your paycheck is going to fall flat and it's going to go backwards. Okay, so really talking about building this recruiting culture, and I'm going to start with number one. It starts with building relationships. That's the very first thing, is that you have to have emotional deposits and currency with people before you ever pitch them on your business, ever. Okay. So that's the very, very first thing, is that you've got to be building that know, like, and trust factor with people. Okay. Second thing, I already talked about this, but I'm gonna number them off for us. Attention to detail, folks. You lead with the business opportunity. Okay. People lead with the product because it's easier. But is it really? No, it isn't. Because you know what? Even though we have the best damn shampoo on planet Earth, the true gift is the business opportunity. And also, too, again, that's what builds your paycheck. And you start with truly the market partner option. Okay. You're going to make money with us, right? Old school. You're going to spend money with us, or you're going to save money with us, right? I prefer option number one. But, you start with the market partner option, then you talk about the VIP option, and then you can also talk about retail. You guys, at this point, I just mark retail off. I haven't had anybody buy retail. I can't even tell you in how long, right? Because our VIP program is just too damn good. Okay. So the other thing that you also want to do is that when you're talking to anyone, okay, and let's just say, you guys, in order to sponsor, you got to know your next 2 opportunities that you're going to talk to them about the business, right? Last night's opportunity call was an opportunity for you to plug people in. If you don't have 2 appointments on your calendar, you need to know the next 2 appointments that you're going to drive people in to take a look at your business. Maybe it's, a connection calls. We've gotten away from doing those as well. You guys, it is old school. Social media and the whole influencer thing is over. It is completely over. It's about people showing up authentically, right? And whether that's a virtual event, whether you're going live on social media, and the other thing is too, and there are a lot of people that talk about this that have a large following, is that you've got to be real. You've got to talk about the problems and the challenges and how you overcame them, and also use humor in it, right? But this also goes when you're in front of people. I always try to make people laugh. It has that stickiness, and also too, they'll remember that, okay? When you are asking people to take a look at your business, if you get them to a virtual or a face-to-face event, they're already 80% to a yes. So think about that, 80% to a yes. And the other thing is too, is that when you're inviting, you have got to use your voice. Even, I know, even if they're a Droid user, I mean, I'm iPhone all the way. I am still going to my voice memos, and I am recording the message that I am going to send them. Okay. And always, you know what, you can talk, and you can, you know, whether you first meet someone, right? You are a walking billboard for your business. Are you wearing gear? You know, do you have your hair done? Even if I'm in a messy bun, you guys, at least I'm open. I have a smile on my face. My eyes are twinkling, and my energy is really good. So you can attract people to talk to you. I had a lady that stopped me Sunday morning in the grocery store, right? I'm like this when I'm in the store. I just need to get what I need to get me out of here, right? And I shop on the outer part of the aisle. So she's like, oh my gosh, you work out at Crunch, don't you? And I had my Monat sweatshirt on. And I said, yes, I said, I do. And she goes, my name is Barbara. It's really, really nice to meet you. And she goes, you know what? One of my family members, her daughter-in-law or something, she goes, she does Monat. And I said, really? I said, tell her you met Toni and see if she knows me. And I said, I would love to connect with you the next time I see you. And I saw her this morning in the gym. So there's always ways to have conversations, you guys. You know, do you go to a local coffee shop? Are you talking to the barista behind there if you are a regular in there? Make it a point to get face-to-face. Stop going through the drive-through in the bank. Actually physically go in and get the things that you need. All because I do not, very rarely do I have my groceries delivered or have store pickup. I actually want to be in there talking to people, okay? I have my favorite little cafe, and I always go up to Senna, and they make, you know, our desserts for parties and stuff like that, but we know each other by name, right? It's about you making those human, meaningful connections. I cannot tell you, that is worth more capital, relationship capital, than anything else out there. Okay, so always too, you guys, drop a nugget or two when you're talking to people. And remember that acronym FORM that I always talk about? When you meet someone and you talk about, you know, their family, occupation, recreation, and motivation are what matters most. Remember that. It's like second nature to me to find out what really truly makes other people tick. Okay. And the other thing, you guys, you just want to hook them. Just, you know, your memory hook or your 30-second value statement. And elevator pitch, I want to gag. Stop calling it that. It's called a value statement. Okay. And you want to always remember, like, you want to be that Monat girl, right? And we don't have any guys here on the call. So if there are guys that are going to be listening to this, you want to be that Monat guy. Who comes to mind when you're talking about that Monat guy? It's Aaron Brathwaite from Australia or Antonio Pennyman. And of course, Jay, you know, big sexy, but those are the Monat men. So where are the Mo men, right? Don't be afraid to talk to guys about this business. I have more guy market partners and VIPs than ever. Okay. Cause it's equal opportunity. Okay. So, number 3, always use your voice. That's number 4. Here's your Q checklist, QUE. Okay. 4, when you're on social media, okay, tell a story, go live. Man, I'm telling you, reels, they're popping right now. I don't know, like, I don't very rarely post reels. It's usually Naomi, and I've been posting more, and I had over 2,000 views. I didn't even do a cover to it. I was just like, I'm posting this, right? You just never know who's gonna see it. That's the important thing. So I encourage you to go live as much as possible. Let's go live together, man. You guys, I'm totally down for doing that. Okay. Monica Hobbs, you guys, I'm telling you right now, I actually think she's going to do our next Tuesday call on her VIP program. I saw it live when I was in Columbus. It was phenomenal what she does and how she has her system set up. But she's a great one to follow as far as a market partner. Dude, she got 51 VIPs last month. So again, it's about you consistently showing up, right? That's all social media is. It's free advertising. Get fucking used to it. Okay. And also too, 80-20 rule. I'm going live after this today, and I'm going to talk about my paralysis that I've had. I have been very transparent about that and how we had to get through some really ugly shit, right? Talk about the challenges and how you overcame them. These are what people want to hear. Okay. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you have, it could be like depression, or maybe you have a child that's challenged, or maybe you love horses, whatever. You guys, 3 to 5, just like Natalia and Aaron said on their call, 3 to 5 things that you love to talk about, right? That's what you've got to focus on when you're on social media. Okay. Okay. So here's the other thing, is that in order for you to build that recruiting culture, you have to be consistently growing your contact list. And you guys, I am a proponent for doing the contact list, right? Keep a running contact list. This is what having automation and systems is all about, right? You guys, all I have now, I don't even use anything else. I just want to show you this. You can get it on a Canva template. It's super easy to do. And I don't care what automation system that you're using. Hold on, I'm just looking for it right now. I'm going to have to put this on the cover of my phone. And you guys, they scan this QR code. Of course, I can't find it now. Go figure, even though oh man. Give me 1 second. I just want to show you guys how easy this is. And you literally can create this in a matter of seconds, right? So here we go, right? So I have this pulled up on my phone when I'm out and about, and it makes it less kind of like, weird. And I'm just like, hey, let's connect. Here's my QR code. They put their camera to it. Boom, they're done. They sign up for my newsletter. They get my free ebook, and I have their contact information. So, and then you know what? And then you just start sharing with them what you're doing. I sent out a group email yesterday for both the prospecting call last night and for this training call today to all of my market partners, right, that are in the system. So I don't know if any of you got an email from me, but if you did, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's very simple and to the point, okay? You guys have to have a follow-up methodology, okay? So you have to be reaching out and telling people what you're doing, providing value, writing newsletters with valuable educational content. Remember, you can never deliver or you can never over deliver too much value. All you can do is create a lifelong person that you're going to do business with is either a market partner or a VIP. Okay. Follow up in a timely manner. Guys, if I don't follow up in an hour, I feel like schlep. Okay. Because I know that's what I want. That's the kind of follow-up that I want to have after I express interest of meeting someone, of potentially doing business with them. If there's some way I can help them, I follow up in 60 minutes or less, because that shows that you really cared about connecting with them. If you're not following up within 24 hours, forget it. You've completely lost their trust. Okay. And then, what are you going to do? You're going to collect cards, right? Or contact info. Okay. Also utilize the tools that we have, right? Our Vibe and Connect app. The other thing is number 6, you guys. Okay. And I'm sorry, number 5 was face-to-face via virtual or in person. So that was number 5. Number 6, every single person is a potential new business partner for you. Every single person. May not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next month. Could be 10 years from now. Who knows? Okay. This is not a quick clearance sell. And the other thing is, you guys don't prejudge. Nakia was just telling me, dude, you guys, she just sponsored, hold on. I got to find her name. I forgot, but she was telling me this yesterday. And I'm like, man, let's get this girl on a call. But she's huge in the industry, and not her in her industry. I don't know. I'll find it and I'll send it out to you guys. Yeah, I'll find it and I'll send it out to you. I'm forgetting her name and she voice noted me and I don't want to play it right now, but she sponsored somebody that's huge and she came to her and I forget, I want to say that her husband is an NFL player, really well known or something like that, but this is who we're attracting in the business, you guys. So just think about that. Okay. Don't prejudge. The last thing is that when you are getting ready and you ask, okay, for the close, right? Your closing language is extremely important. Okay. After you share with them, ask them where they are on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Even if it's a 1, you guys, they're still interested. They have some level of interest. Right. And then, you know what? Let them answer, please. You guys, this is so important. Don't interrupt their thought process. Shut the H up and wait for them to respond. Okay. And no matter where they are on that scale from 1 to 10, okay, if they're a 10, they pretty much have all of their concerns addressed. And I want you to replace objection with concern. Very, very important. Look at both words. If you have an objection and then you have a concern. So a lot of times what I've also been doing, you guys, is I've been using muscle testing to see how language affects my body, right? Concern sounds so much better. Okay. And ask key questions. What did you like best? This is going to, and you guys, this is going to go right back to their 4-color personalities. If they like this sense of community and the culture and the traveling, they're a blue. If they like the gratitude, they're a yellow. Okay. If they want to know numbers, they're a green. Okay. And if they want to know about all 11 ways that they can get paid in our compensation plan, they're a red. So that's going to tell you right away where their true loves are for what they heard. And that's what you want to focus on with them. Okay. All right. Number 8, you have to stretch yourself. You guys, there is always a person, always at least probably 5 or 10 that's on your chicken shit list. Okay. Get over yourself. Reach out to them. And the more that you reach out, the better that you will get, right? You guys, on average now, you're gonna get 10 no's and 1 yes. That used to be 2 to 10. It's not like that anymore. It's just gonna take more exposures. And the other thing is too, is that when you practice, it's like, if you guys saw John Maxwell and he's talking about chopping down the tree and the chop, the consistency. Maria Forleo just put a quote out there for a while. It's all it's about is consistency and showing up is going up, right? That's all it is. You guys, this industry, it's boring. It's the same behaviors that we do time in and time out, but it's the consistent behaviors. It's the new people that make it exciting for us. Okay. Also, I know that I've done it. Is at number 10, resolve previous vomiting. Ask for a do-over. Okay. You can go to those people that told you no and just say, hey, I just had this awesome training today. And I think I might have puked all over you about this business. Can I have a do-over? Seriously, it makes people laugh, right? Or maybe you've had somebody that's ghosted you and you've talked to them. Seriously, some of the best advice that I got when we first started this, you're like tapping the microphone. Hey, is this thing on? I have to do this to Naomi. If she doesn't answer me by noon, like I'm calling her, I'm like, hey, knock, knock. Where are you at? Hello? Hey, have fun with it. And a couple of other things that also that you can really get people involved is to do giveaway groups. And I have trainings on these and accountability groups. You guys, I'm doing this 90-day challenge right now. And I know that some of you are in this, but you know what? You guys that are here on this call, Jasmine, Deb, Kim, Herminia, Melissa, you guys have shown up consistently during this challenge where there's like 30 other people that have, where are they? Anissa, right? Where are you guys? Where are they? And it's not that, you know what, showing up on the calls live is way more important than watching a recording because we get the interaction, we get to bounce ideas off each other. That's where the magic happens. It's not me sitting here regurgitating, 10 years worth of training that I've had, right? And I've added on over the years. That's not where the magic is. The magic is in the dialogue after. The magic is not the event. The magic is what happens outside of the event, right? Okay. So basically, that's really what I have, for you guys today. Let me see. Right at 22 minutes, let's open it up. Any suggestions, any ads, any questions? This is your time, guys. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, you guys. Thank you very much.
Something that's kind of like an ad on it, because I know for myself personally, I am like definitely like a red personality. I want to know everything, and that gives me confidence. So when I walk into a situation, I like to have a plan A, plan B, plan C, right? So I like to know that, if they don't close in this one, what's the next step? Right? So how am I following that? So is it samples? Do I have samples on me to offer them? I'm a big in-person person, right? If it's samples and they're talking to well, then if they are still not in, okay, then I have a beauty basket that I can go into. And after the beauty basket, if they're really not quite in it, I'm like, hey, can I invite you to an in-person event? Right? But like always thinking like not just going in and getting caught like with your pants down kind of thing, being like, no, if they're not in yet, this is what I'm going to say, right? Even with the beauty baskets, if they're not in on hair, I offer them after the hair. I'm like, well, do you want to try our skin, right? Like there's always another place to go. And that goes back to what Toni said about exposures, right? Like sometimes that is, and anytime that I hear no, I've trained myself over the last like 9 months to not hear like no necessarily, and not to hear not right now either, because I feel like that's kind of like cliche over the years. But I just look at it as like I haven't shown enough value in what we have yet. And that's my job, is to keep exposing the value. And I don't know where that's going to necessarily be for them. And I just need to like choose your own adventure. Okay, now this, because we don't know where someone's value point is that says, oh yeah, I'll click the button for that $300 product pack kind of thing. So that was just one thing I wanted to add.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Kat, for that.
So I have a question about the borrow bags. Usually, I haven't done many, but I have one in the makes now, and it's a mother and daughter duo, and they're both in the beauty industry. So I put a little bit of everything in there, a little bit of skincare and a little bit of hair and a couple energy sticks and whatever. Do you typically like let them just breathe on that and like go back to them in about a week, 10 days? Or, I mean, I'm just not sure, like, how long do I let them play with this stuff?
I just did 20. I've had 20, like not 20 different baskets, but in the last 6 weeks, 20 people with baskets. And something that I've learned, and I was actually talking to a girl on our team who's on the call. I was like, I did it wrong. The first 3 I made a ton of mistakes with, and I'll share with you. Number one, you have to have a system for your like borrow baskets, right? And so I have a system where I'm following up with them every single day that they have it. Right? So I'm talking to them every single day. I also learned that I modeled the baskets, not necessarily as like a throw all in that I think that they're going to need. I actually model them after product packs. Okay. So that when they turn around and say they want everything that's in that beauty basket, I'm not like putting together a cart that costs them $1,000, because that's what sometimes can end up happening when we start adding all of these different things in, right? So I model it off of a product pack right there. And then 7 to 10 days. So I usually do 7 days for hair, 10 days for skin, because I want to get them through on the skin side. I want to get them through that initial like purge that their skin will feel based off of a product change sort of thing there, but it's a hard stop there, right? But I also am like following up with them every single day. The key terminology that I'm using is like, what's exciting you the most about these products, right? What product do you think smells the best? Like I always open up every single day that I'm following up with them with a question about what they have. Another thing with like following the product packs, like, and using that as like what you're going to use in your beauty basket, it's really easy to remember what they have, because if you just start throwing random stuff in after 5 days, you might be kind of like, oh shoot, like, do they have the leave-in conditioner? I can't remember if I put that in there or not, right? In that sense there. And then also just like tracking them. And then a big part is on day 4, every single day 4, I ask them, is there someone else that they think might really enjoy this beauty basket, right? And then what's actually been happening, my 20 shares all came from 3 people, right? I only asked 3 people, right? But on day 4, when I do that, they're sharing it with someone in their office. They're sharing, like, it's like kind of going through like that. So that's kind of like the system. Again, play with it how you are, and just like be forgiving to yourself, right? Just really be forgiving to yourself and know that you're going to do it lightweight wrong until you get it right, but just keep going with it.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I have something I can share about the beauty bags.
Yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
Because I'm like kind of like the same as Kat, like getting back into it, just doing what we did back in the day. And beauty bags were really big. So I'm using this. You probably all have one of these. So something that I did was when I emptied out, because you don't want to give people things like this because you don't want their fingers in it, right? But you want them to see how beautiful our products are. So what I did is for these and the berry scrub, eye cream, anything that's like a jar, keep your jar. And then I put a sample of the Night Haven in these. They're from the dollar store inside of it. So they get to see our beautiful packaging and have their own dedicated sample that'll get them like, you know, like a week's worth or whatever. And then in here I have like the card for the berry scrub, because that's another sample that I find is a winner. It's like instant gratification. And if I don't have, like right now, I threw out my berry scrub before this bright idea of mine. So I'm using this and then putting it in the little plastic container in this top part, so they know that that's the card for it and they can see what it looks like. And I really try to keep it simple with skincare. Just, you know, that's it. Like 4 or 5 items. I don't want to overwhelm them with like all the products. You want to get them started on like a 4-piece regimen, and, you know, unless they have specific concerns and they want to try something else. But I find like in the past, I've overcomplicated beauty bags by giving people too much shit. And then they're just like, ooh, yeah.
Well, you know what? This is a great, honestly, you know, because whoever watches the replay, this is great, but all of you can take these ideas and run with them tomorrow, you know, and just do something a little different. I love this. I love this stuff. Love these ideas.
One thing that I have been doing and consistently doing, I used to do it all the time, and now I've been consistently doing it, and it's actually the thing I get the most feedback on in it, is I used to just write it out. Then I went on Canva and I made these cards here, and it's like a picture of me and my daughter on it. Okay. And on the card, it says, I work this business with my daughter and for my daughter. As a single mom, my goal is to give her the life she would have with a dual income home, and the time with her mom that she would have if I was able to be a stay-at-home mom. Every single, that goes into every sample, every beauty basket, everything. Because if you read Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, we want them to understand like why we're so excited, why we're so passionate. And we want them to have an emotional connection to this like berry scrub sample, right? We want them to like see that it's more than that, and maybe start them thinking of like, oh, I want more, I want different things. I want these. And it really is just like a way, and that of sprinkling, and every single one of them comments on that before they even comment on any of the products. So I do suggest, like, no matter, like, that's not like, that was 2 sentences, right?
So the other thing that I want to bring up is a really good point, is that what Amanda is doing, you guys, I would do particularly that. And the reason is because the product is not compromised and you don't have somebody's fingers in it. And from a standpoint of, you know, that we have to make sure that the product is like, mwah, right? And even like if you were to pass it out and people were to be careful if you gave really specific instructions, it's just better for everybody involved. Great idea. I love this. So everybody that's going to watch this, you guys, I want you guys, you know what, if you're motivated by what Amanda and Kat shared, I want you to do this. And then I want you to document your progress.
And to what Amanda said, so it's actually funny that she was talking about that because I was trying to figure out ways to do all of the things with it. I actually found ones on Amazon as well that our C Radiance and our Rewind can go in and we can fill them there so that you're not giving like $100 and something product out for in a box like that, like in a bag like that. So I love Amanda, like that. Amanda's is gold. Also save your travel size containers because you can like wash them out and then put them in there too, right? So there's like, but Amanda's, that is gold to like majorly keep the integrity and the cleanliness happening.
I'd like to use those though and see if I can figure out a way to like stick it inside of an empty like nectar. Like I got to try to like manipulate the bottle, see if I can like cut a little hole at the bottom, clean it out, and throw that inside.
Amanda, the top pops off, and the top pops
there.
Off of
so think about that. We can literally give them the whole entire beautiful set in these little uncompromised bottles. It's cheaper than buying samples, you guys. These are $3 a piece, some of these samples. And it's just a better feel to like actually get to touch it and see it. And yeah.
So you guys, for you guys here on this call, I'll have Kat and Amanda send me a link for the stuff that they use on, and I'm assuming that you're probably getting it all from Amazon.
I didn't. Mine's just from the dollar store. Like your guys would be like $1.
We can find something to link it to. And
100%.
Then when I get the training, when I get the recording done, then I can just give a list of the stuff that you guys are using for these.
Yeah, I'll find one and send it to you. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Well, you guys, I want to be respectful of everybody's time. We're just a little bit after 12:30. What a great call, man. I'm telling you, you got to get your teams on these calls. But I appreciate you guys and look forward to, that stuff dropping tomorrow. I'm assuming it's 9 a.m. So yay.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thanks, ladies.